it is cool if we record and like use it on YouTube and our website. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what if I said no?
We would do the interview anyway, and I wouldn't record it. I'd take notes or something.
No, 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 no. Of course. Of course it's cool if you do that.
Yeah. Let's just kick it off with like your name and how you got into skiing or boarding.
Okay. Well, my name is Emily, Emily Raff, and I got into skiing because my parents were on ski patrol. And because I'm an only child, they took me everywhere with them. So there are pictures of me out in the world as a little tiny baby at 18 months old with little tiny baby skis. And that's how I started skiing.
That's awesome. Where were they?
Yeah.
Where did they ski patrol at?
I think they were at Clear Fork when that was still a thing. They never really ski patrolled at snow trails. They were just at Clear Fork. And then I got into other hobbies and it was like on and off throughout my entire life. But once I was finally old enough to have a job, I was like, I don't want to have a boring job. I want to have a fun job. So that's, I picked back up again and here we are.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you said it was on and off, like kind of started and stopped throughout high school and college then?
Yeah. I'd say there was a really big window from when I was like a baby to about maybe like two or three. Um, recently, not recently. Uh, like between 7 and 8, I think was like another maybe like more like 7 to 9 because then that's when they took me out west with a big group of us. A lot of other ski instructors from snow trails also went, but they were also family friends of ours. So we picked it back up when I was in grade school and we went out west. I believe the first time we went out was over in Utah. I always get them mixed up because there's Utah and California, and they both have a lake. So Lake Tahoe is the one in Utah, right? Or is that in California?
Tahoe's like California, Nevada, and then Salt Lake is Utah.
Salt Lake is where we went in Utah. But then we also went to Lake Tahoe. So I was like one winter we went to Salt Lake, another one we went to Lake Tahoe. And that was really, really fun. And then life, life happens. And then I would say like mm, right after college, not college, high school graduation is when I did it again. And I was like, okay, this is when I can actually like do me and explore Emily and do all the fun things. And then skiing became more of a permanent thing in my life.
Yeah. Awesome. Where did you guys go out and you said you went to Salt Lake. Where did you guys go out there? If you remember, I know you said you were like pretty young at the time, if you remember.
I think I know it wasn't Squaw Valley because my dad went to Squaw Valley the year before, but my mom and I stayed home. I think it was something with a deer. Is there like a
Oh, Deer
deer?
Valley?
Might be Deer
No.
Valley. That's probably
Okay.
it. I think my uncle actually has a timeshare out there somewhere.
Okay.
So we went there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
If
was
it was in
super cool.
Salt Lake, it was probably Deer Valley.
Yep. Yep. Then that was
Sick.
definitely it. It was super cool. I remember being more excited about the horse-drawn carriages than skiing though.
That's sick. How did you like how did you make that transition from just going out with your family and friends to instructing? Like where did that come in?
Um, this is gonna sound really bad, but I was like, I need a way, I need a fun job. I need a way that is gonna be like active. I'm a very active person, or at least I like to think I am. Some days I'm not, but most days I am. And I was like, what am I gonna do? And like, how am I gonna stay clear in the head during the winter? Because a lot of times, like in the summertime, I'm fine, but in the winter time, I've noticed like my mental health would decline a lot. So I'm like, you know what? If I stay active, like skiing really, really helps me. So now I was like, that's perfect because snow trails is like 5 minutes down the road from where I live. And I was like, okay, that's great. And then I was like, wait, they need instructors. I'm like, okay, I'm there. I'm there. I like teaching. I like people. So I was like, let's do it.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Mhm.
Uh like what about the instructing brought you back every year? Like I'm curious as
You
to
know,
that.
the community is pretty cool. I know
Yeah.
I didn't let you finish your sentence, but like that just jumps out at me. There's a really amazing community around skiing and boarding. And that brings me back every time. And you meet the coolest people. I met you.
Yeah. No, we got a pretty good squad up there. It's fun time.
100%.
So, before you were skiing, at what point did you start teaching? Um, like, were you still in high school or were you college or out of college?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I think first year I actually taught was the winter of 2019, 2020. So that was that season. And
It,
then
yeah.
I really took it seriously. So I was out of high school at that point. And I decided to take a gap year from college because I was like, I don't know what I want to do.
Mhm.
So I was like in that weird in between like flow. Um, and then 2020 hit, and that's when I noticed a huge array of people coming out and experiencing the outdoors like that. And I think that really helped the industry a lot, which is super cool. But yeah, I was 19, 20 when I really got into it. And I'm
Okay.
24 tomorrow.
Oh, really? Happy early birthday.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, before you, were your parents like, you said they got different hobbies, were they already out of skiing by that point when you were getting into it, into the instructing side?
Yes and no. They still have all their stuff, but they're getting older and their knees are bothering them, and they also have other priorities too. So they love going up on our boat at Lake Erie. So they also are super into water sports, which funnily enough, like I don't water ski. I tried it once and I actually did really, really good, but I was just like, this is I can't. But they like to stay on the boat and do all that. I keep trying to get them to go. So maybe I can show them this and they'll be like, okay, fine, we'll go with you.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Just mute like my face out, but yeah, it's good. Um, so I'm curious, like, as to when they were kind of getting out of it and before you started instructing, if there wasn't like that family thing to keep you in it, what kept you in it before you met all the instructors and everything?
Um, we had like so I'm a musician and stuff, and like downstairs is full of all of our music gear, but we also have a little like side room in our basement that has a bunch of our like extracurricular activity
Hmm.
things there. And I would always see the skis and I'm like, I really miss skiing. Like I really miss it. And my parents are like, yeah, yeah, it's just like really expensive because we were all into like very expensive hobbies. And it's just like, okay, like pick one and go with it. But I'm just like, no, like I really miss it. So that's I don't know. I just kept seeing the skis and I was like, I just need to get back out there. And so it was kind of a perfect storm of being able to get into my own routine with it and have my own freedom with it. And I don't know, they're always right there. I was always looking at them. I'm like, I need to use these again. It was fun. I missed it.
Okay, go more into that because that sounds really interesting. Like, because I walk past car tires every day, but I'm never like, I want to go be a mechanic. So what was like, what were the emotions coming up in your mind as you were walking past those skis and seeing them?
No, I was just remembering like all the good times I had with my mom and dad and like our friends, and it allowed me to travel and allowed me to be active. So I don't know. I just saw them. I'm like, oh, I miss that so much. It was just like happy memories. And pretty much. I remember for Christmas one year before we went out west the first time, I think I told my parents that I wanted a pair of my own skis because I was really like I didn't want to rent skis. I was like super against it, which was really dumb as a little kid because like you grow. But I was like, I want my own. And I remember I woke up on Christmas Day at 5 a.m. and I like ran in my parents' room and I was like, Santa came, you know how little kids are. And they were like, okay, whatever. And I just like walk out and I see like the tree looked really weird. I'm like, what the heck is going on with the tree? And they are like, okay, like all sleepy, whatever. And they like turn on the little light and there's like two skis and ski poles sticking out of the tree. Like I don't know how they did that, but they literally stuck my little tiny 8-year-old skis like in our Christmas tree. It was so funny. And I don't know, it's just like see little good memories and stuff like that. And I would walk past a pair of skis and I would remember that. And I'm like, I need to get back on those. I really need to get back on those. And I didn't know if I'd be able to do it at first. I'd be like, maybe I'm probably gonna suck. And I'm gonna be honest, when I first started instructing, like all I did was a little pizza wedge. I didn't even know how to parallel ski. But
Oh,
that's
really?
where all the no, I didn't. I didn't know how to parallel ski at all.
Okay.
I was basic, very, very basic. Like I could pizza and I can turn. That's what I could do. So within that really, really short amount of time that I was instructing, like, oh gosh, 2019 to going into this season, 2024, that makes it 5 years now. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm old. Um, anyway,
I
um,
wasn't saying yeah
I
to that.
feel like rude. No, I'm kidding. I know you were. I don't know. I just feel like looking back on all the memories and then having that community to like they weren't like, oh, you're 19 and you don't know how to parallel ski, like they didn't like make fun of me for it. They're like, okay, we'll teach you how to do that, and I'm like, sick. So yeah, it's just all a collection of great memories. Every time I would look at a pair of skis collecting dust and I'm like, those need to be used.
That's all. That's like such an amazing memory. I'm really glad you shared that. It's so cool that they like
Yeah.
shoved him into the tree and then you got to experience that. Like, oh my God.
My whole eyes were, oh my gosh. And they were pink and white. And it's so funny. I'm pretty sure they were just like the rentals that you can get from Aspen for the year or for the season, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
every time, because they're bound to happen every year, but there's always a little girl that has like the same skis. And I'm like, those are mine. And I freak out and I get really excited. And whoever I'm with, I'm like, look, look, look. Those were my skis when I was little.
If they're the pink, yeah, from Aspen, I know the exact ones you're talking about. Yep.
And then like little flower designs and stuff on them. I
Yeah.
was so cool. I was the coolest 8-year-old.
Those things are good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what are like, I guess, what are some of your like favorite memories from skiing, like with your family or just out with friends or whatever, wherever you go now? Yeah,
Okay.
what
No, I got a good one for you. So I'm pretty sure this is in Utah where you can like ski into the city. Is that right?
at Park City, yeah, you can do that.
Yep. Yep. Okay. So that's where like we did that once and I was freaking out because I was little and my parents were like, oh yeah, like it's not gonna be a hard trail because I was super into like, is this gonna be a green one or is it a blue one or is it gonna be like, I don't know. I don't know why I was obsessed with that, but I think that's an ADHD thing. And my mom or dad, I'm pretty sure it was my dad, but my dad was just like, yeah, it's gonna be really easy. It's just gonna be like a blue trail. And I'm like, cool. Lied to me. Lied to me. That was a double black diamond, sir. It probably
Oh,
wasn't. It was probably just like a black diamond. Like, I don't know. It was hard. It was probably honestly just like not even a black diamond, like the one down from that.
like
I
yeah.
don't even know.
I mean, yeah,
But
if
to
you're like
me, what is this?
right. No, definitely going
And
from Ohio and then out to Utah and skiing those, it's like, oh shit. Okay.
yeah, it was intense. But my dad, being on ski patrol, he's like, no, just take your time, make your turns, do your peach budge. And we did it. And we got all the way down there. And I was just like, that was a piece of cake. We can go do that whenever you want. Yeah. So that was really fun. I remember like freaking out over it. And then by the time we were done, I was just like, wait, we can't do this tomorrow? What do you mean?
I love that.
Um, Yeah, that was so fun. Then there was a time when we were in California and I was with um a family friends and they also had a daughter my age. Her name is Cade. And I remember my parents and her parents let us have the run of the mountain. Poor decision. We were I think I was honestly like 10. I think it was 10.
You were
So
10 and they let you do that?
excuse like the time. Yeah, that was a different time. That was in 2010 though. So like different times. But
Okay.
yeah, and Cade lived there. Like she like lived around that mountain and like was there all the time. So she knew what she was doing.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway, we went up and I think there was also like a little like hut, like a little like place to get hot chocolate and some food. Um, Not a hut, a lodge. I can't talk. There's a little lodge like on the side because they have those out there like right on the side of the mountain. You don't have to go all the way back down. But I remember I was with her and we went up into a little trail. It was so freaking funny because like sometimes when the snow gets messed up, like it'll just get like lumpy or it looks like yeah, you know what I mean. So there was a little lumpy bump and I didn't see it and I ended up hitting it and I like at full speed as fast as I could and I went flying. I just, and my skis ejected I ejected from them. I was gone and I landed on my stomach and I don't know why this happened, but my coat I was wearing was like slippery so like I would slide on the snow so I straight up just looked like a penguin going down this freaking mountain and Cade like went off to the side and was laughing her butt off and I'm just like you know went down a few more feet and then finally like came to a stop because I rolled a little bit and I look back up and I'm like what just happened? So here I am, like basically like a full yard sale everywhere. Like this tiny kid just wiped out. And everyone's like, is this girl okay? And I just get up and I start cackling. Like I'm just laughing. But I'm also like my ego is very bruised because I have to walk back up and get my skis and my poles. And I was just like, nobody look at me.
Was it like worse? Like, was it right under a lift or like right next to a lift?
I think it was right next to a lift.
Always.
But I just remember Kate, and she was just dying. I was just like, go get my pole. Like, go get my stuff for me. Like, I was so mad. But I was like mad at myself because I didn't see it. But I was laughing. It was, you know how it is. You're like, bro.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. That was a good time. I really wish cell phones were a thing because I know that would have ended up on like Jerry of the Day on Instagram or something.
That is one of my favorite pages too. I love watching that.
Dude, I laugh all the time and I'm like, ooh, crazy.
Yeah, especially when you know how hard, like when you watch someone hit hard and you're like, I know what that feels like. First,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's always crazy. Oh, usually, well, a few years ago before I think management changed over at this resort, but the instructors used, especially the children's instructors, because I taught in kids like the first 2 years primarily, and I was there full time like my second year at Snow Trails, and typically we would get a big group of us together and we would go to Seven Springs. That's a fun time too.
ooh, oh,
Yeah, it was really fun. We would oh, someone's calling me. We would rent an Airbnb and we would just hang out and eat food and play games. Oh my gosh. I remember we were going around playing, I don't even know what we were playing, but you know how 21-year-olds are and we are playing a little drinking game and we had to name like brands of skis. And one of my friends, it was her first year instructing. So Armada is a ski brand. She said Armanda and I'm like, no.
did you
And
give her a
nobody
pass or was
it
that like a
down.
drink?
Huh?
Did you give her a pass on that one or was that like that you missed it?
No, she had to drink. She had to drink. We were all like, "You gotta drink." It was so funny, and she's just like, "What? No, I meant to say that." And we're like, "Mm-mm."
That's an easy
We
one
just
though, like Armanda or Mata. I can see how that, but yeah, no, you still
nope,
got that.
no, hardcore. You gotta be hardcore about it.
Yeah, no, agreed.
It was so funny. So those, I don't know. Those are some buried memories that you just drew out of my head.
Yeah, no. Do you guys still do the trip to Seven Springs?
I think so. I don't see much of those guys unless if I'm like there all the time, like Caleb and stuff usually went. I don't know, did you ever meet Nikki?
Nikki, I don't think so.
Mm-mm. She's out west right now, but CJ would go, Mitch would go,
I love seeing that.
Gosh, Dallin would go. Dallin, I don't even know where he is anymore. There's so many of us that would go. And now we're just like scattered across the country. It's crazy.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you could bring in the new ones, those new children instructors, bring that back. You guys ought to do that. Bring that back.
Yeah, we do need to do that. I think I think we need to revitalize it, Christian.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. That, or you guys can all just like come out to Utah for like a month and teach out there.
That sounds more fun, but Seven Springs was closer and cheaper.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm
No, I do want to get like a snow trails trip going because that I don't know. I've never done one with snow trails people. Well, I guess I have. I've done Michigan, but I was taking an exam. Like I can't.
You can't have fun.
I did manage to have fun the first and last days, but not, you know, that Friday, Saturday, I couldn't really.
Yeah, that can be stressful. We should do a trip out there.
Right?
I feel like
Like,
we have to like start it, like tell people about it in the beginning of the season and be like, okay, this is when we're going. Are you coming or not?
yeah. No, for sure. For sure.
hmm
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be fun to do it though.
Oh,
I am
absolutely.
I'm coming back for Carnival though, because I'll be gone by then. But I've decided like Carnival was so much fun last year, and it's always fun, but I can't I can't miss out on half the season and then not do Carnival. Like I've got to come back for that.
Yeah, you do. Are you permanently living out west now? Or what's going on?
No, I'm like we're in Columbus right now. Uh,
hmm
I'll probably go out. I think my dad's applying for a position out there, which would be like 8 months to year round. Uh, and then I might do. Right now, my plan is to go out like anywhere from February, early to mid February is when I'm planning to go out. And
Sick.
stay.
So around the same time as last year.
No, last year I went out like late February. Like Carnival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Carnival we took off and started. So little,
Oh,
but
yeah. Okay. A little sooner. A little sooner. Now I remember.
I'm a,
Listen, I don't remember what I had for breakfast today, so like this, you're getting a lot out of this.
you're good. You're good. I'm afraid that it's gonna like inch closer and closer and just be like, you know what, I'm doing the whole season out there. Which
I'm kind of surprised you're not planning on that already.
no, dude, I love you guys. Like I would miss snow trails way too much.
We would miss you too. You're a killer instructor and an awesome friend.
Yeah, you guys are y'all are amazing, and it's like I go out to Deer Valley for myself. I don't go out there for the people. Like the instructors were cool, but they're not like you guys. Like it's like a family.
Yeah.
It felt like a family there my first year at Snow Trails. At
hmm
Deer Valley, it was like, hmm, yeah, you guys are cool, but it's still a big corporation. That's like,
Yeah.
I love Snow.
Yeah.
That'll always be
Me
home.
too. It absolutely is. There's been numerous people who have come back from out west and we've talked and they're just like there's nothing like the energy and the vibe that Snow Trails brings, and it's because they're a small family resort and it carries through every single person, and it's like a mission statement, like they're awesome people, and they always have been and always will be.
No, and I feel like the passion is bigger than it is out there because like out there they've got way better snow, way better resorts, better like better and here it's
Mhm.
200 feet and then you're at the bottom.
Yeah, it goes by so fast
It
that
does,
you're getting back up on that lift. Let's go again.
right? That and like the season too. Like it's you got 10 weeks if you're lucky to make all those core memories for the season. And
You pack a
it's gonna be exciting.
lot into that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
hmm I still want to do the like the hammock day, like when it's like late season. Oh my gosh. I think this was when I was full time because the year that you started, I was in cause school, so we kind of missed each other because I came a few times. I didn't teach a lot the 2022-2023 year because of going to cause school. And anyway, the when I was full time, I remember I was like, dude, I want to do like a hammock day, and it never caught on. And then I know that a bunch of us talked about it. Um, I think you had left already, but I still want to do that. Like at the end of the season, like we were literally skiing with like t-shirts. Like it was great. And people were like, "You're so crazy because you're doing that." I'm like, "It's so hot outside. What do you mean?"
No, but that's like that is part of what I missed about going out west. Like the snow was great out there, but it's those days where it can be 50 degrees and you can ski in shorts and a t-shirt. That is, there's nothing like that. You get the windows to the bullpen open. Oh man.
Dude, it's the best. It's the best. And nobody's there because it's like hot out.
Right. Like everyone shows up to lesson call and we're just standing around. No one, I don't know. The
There's
instructor,
nobody there. And it's just like, okay, lesson call's done. We're going.
right? Yeah. No,
Yeah, no, we need to. I so totally want to like take hammocks and like go in the woods and just hammock and then come down and then go back up and whatever. It's so much fun. It'd be so much fun.
hammocks like especially like if it was in between where like Westwoods and Timby go, because there's like
Yeah.
no one would ski through there. There wouldn't be enough snow, especially at that time, and it's just be so secluded. That'd be awesome.
Yep, that is the exact spot I was thinking of too.
Yeah,
So cool.
that'd be great.
One
Yeah,
hondo percento.
definitely got to do that. That'd be good for like I don't know if that'd fit the carnival vibe, but we could do it sometime.
I
Sometime,
think it could fit the carnival vibe, but also there's a lot of people during carnival. I think it's a post carnival, like hanging out with your friends
I think
kind
so.
of vibe.
Yeah, ski patrol might not like it if there's that many people there, but if it's like after,
Mhm.
it'd be like,
That's what I was thinking. We have to do it on a weekday when there's like
right,
nobody there.
dude, like a good Tuesday at noon. That would be
Yes.
no one's there, man. That'd be perfect.
Absolutely wonderful. All right, we're doing it.
Perfect. I love it. We got a lot to do. We got a hammock day, and we got to plan a trip. And
Yep.
yeah, I do want to respect your time. I did say they'd be capped at 30 minutes, so we're like quickly approaching that. I don't want to go over that for you.
Yeah,
So
no, you're good.
no, yeah,
You're
I appreciate you doing this though. Like seriously, thank you so much for being on time and all that.
oh, dude, you're good. Anything for a friend. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, totally, Emily. Take care. I'll see you this season.
See ya.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.